Um, I had two stories, but I'm going to try and just stretch the first one because it's the one that's interesting. The second one's a little bit boring, kind of like a backup. My name is Brandon Velasquez. The title of my speech is Blessing in Disguise, and similar to what Alex said, everything sort of happens for a reason. I'm from Northwest Fresno, and I also attended and graduated Clovis North High School.
Yeah, go Broncos.
Yeah. The first story I would like to share occurred during PE my freshman year of high school. Usually a strange and uncomfortable time during our lives, but for myself it was something unforgettable. I guess still, I've never been the type of person to take charge and lead other people, even if it was someone for the better, whether it's in class or discussions, group projects, or sports. And on this particular day, we dressed out for flag football, and the class split into two. So when asked, I declined to play as the quarterback, even though it meant I wouldn't have to run around as much on a hot afternoon, and I had a pretty good arm at the time. So I declined, and we all grouped up and discussed what the play was going to be, and if we're going to do a cross route. And it was me and some kid I didn't know, and I lined up on the right side, and our PE teacher, Mr. Kellum, I don't know if anybody else went to school, he was sort of famous for not keeping watch on us, and we took up pretty much the entire soccer field, and a few girls had kind of sat down and coned in toward the middle of the field, and about halfway through the game, that play came up, and it was going to be a cross route. We went, and I was running up, I wasn't paying attention, I had to dodge a few girl cones that were in the way, and I went to the left. And the other guy I didn't know, his name is Chris, he moved to the right, and there was this bigger guy that pushed him once the ball was thrown. I guess it was thrown toward him. And I moved out of the way, and I was looking down. I looked up when he was pushed. He's taller than me. His head went back, and I went forward. And the way I got this scar is that both of his teeth lodged in my forehead. Oh. And they both broke. One of them flew into the air, as I'm told, and the other one was still on my forehead. At least a piece of it. And I didn't know the piece of it was there. So as you've seen in funny home videos or sport events, I was pretty much clotheslined, so just straight down. And I was laying down, I opened my eyes, and some people call it shock, I call it mental toughness. I didn't know what happened. I got up and I went back into the huddle, and I was just like, okay, well, that didn't work. What are we going to do? And then everybody sort of runs back because there's blood going down, and I don't feel anything, and horror on the girls' faces, and Chris, who's now a friend of mine, is looking for his teeth. And he had half of one tooth out of his two front teeth, and our coach was nowhere to be found. So someone ran to go get him, and he brought the golf cart to take us to the nurse, and he swung by, screeched the wheels in the grass, and he told me to get in. At that point, I had to take my shirt off to cover my forehead, and it looked like Rambo or something. Didn't have a great body. Got in the golf cart, and we started driving down the grass, and I'm kind of getting dizzy, and I'm looking back just so I don't have to feel anything. I turned to him, and I said, wait, what about the other guy? And he turned around, we picked him up, and then his name was Chris. We were both in the nurse's office, and the nurse was, I guess, out that day because the person there was kind of horrible. She gave me a big Band-Aid and told me to wash up in the restroom and come back, and they'd find my shirt. So we were sitting there, and I went into the restroom, and like I said, I was dizzy, so I was moving around, and I couldn't see anything, so I kind of washed up, and I smeared part of the mirror, and it looked like something out of Silent Hill, and I was like, I'm out. So I got out, I sat down, and I was sitting with Chris, and then it was about an hour and a half until his dad came, my mom came. So in that time, we became close friends, and through all that, and after hard experiences with him and his family and at home, he lives with my family now, and he's probably the best friend that I have. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you're competitive enough, there's no such thing as a non-contact sport. The quote I would like to leave with us today is something from My favorite movie, Rocky Balboa. Life isn't sunshine and rainbows. It will hit you hard and keep you down as long as you let it. But it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Thank you.